Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Root Yoga Therapy. I'm your certified yoga therapist, Jasmine Leventhal, and you're in our postnatal wellness and recovery series. Today we're going to be doing a practice all around soothing those aches and pains that we experience postpartum. I know for me, I just felt so stiff from all the sitting and feeding I was doing and lack of movement. Also in this part of our postpartum journey, a lot of our muscles are weakened because of pregnancy and giving birth, and we can experience a lot of muscles being overworked and overtired, which can eventually lead into causing us some pain or dysfunction in our movements. So we're going to try and get realigned, rebalanced, and revived. Enjoy. Welcome back. So let's start on our backs today. If that's not comfortable, you can recline on a bolster or a pillow. You can place something underneath your knees if your lower back is sore. That'll help relieve the pressure in your lower back. And slowly coming down onto our backs, softening the eyes to close, allow the feet to stretch forward and just kind of flop outward. And already here, just notice allowing the shoulder blades to soften down and the fronts of the shoulders to drop. And just slowly scanning your body with your mind's eye, kind of noticing the areas where your body might feel tight or tense. Sometimes I find myself holding tension in my glutes or my hips, so if that's you today, you can kind of let that go and see how your body softens. Maybe relaxing in the lower back, relaxing around the ankles and feet, around the neck, the jaw, and the mind. And starting to find your evenness of breath, so in and out through the nose, taking those full inhales through both nostrils, and softly exhale through both nostrils. Beginning to notice the rise and fall of your belly with each breath. And setting your intention for the practice today, what you would like to get out of it. Maybe it's just a little space. Maybe it's to just get more energy. On your next inhale, slowly bring your right knee up in towards your chest. Give it a nice squeeze. And releasing the left hand down towards the left thigh. Start to take your right leg in a gentle circle, just circulating through the hip. And switch the direction. So if you were going clockwise before, start to move the leg counterclockwise. Notice how that might feel different. And then pause in the center. Bring both hands to underneath your right thigh and slowly start to bring your right foot skyward, point and flexing into the foot, getting some movement in the ankle. And then taking little ankle circles here. And then pause, take a full breath in, pressing your heel upward towards the sky, toes rolling down towards your face. As you exhale, rebend into the knee. So just bending and flexing the leg. Inhale, taking the foot skyward, keeping the toes flexed, working through the hamstring muscle, and bend. Let's just take one more. Inhale, send it skyward, and exhale to bend. And pausing here, take your left hand to the outside of your right knee, guide into a gentle single leg twist, opening your right arm out to the right, finding a nice little stretch through the side body. Nice, and come back to center. Good, extending your right leg forward and down. Anytime I work with the right side or left side, I always feel that one side is longer after I'm done. And then when you're ready, pull your left knee in, pausing here. And start to circle the leg. Maybe go about 4 or 5 rounds. Keeping your right hand on your right hip. That just kind of helps prevent the hip from rolling, or helps us remember to anchor down on that right side. And switch directions. You might even notice how this side feels different. Maybe it feels more open. Maybe it feels tighter. Then pausing in the center, bringing the hands to the back of the left thigh. You can interlace the fingers if you wish. Start to bring the foot skyward and point and flex. Try and stay soft in the upper body, so try not to strain around the shoulders, the neck, the face. Go into those ankle circles. And you can switch the direction. Good, and then pause, curl the toes down towards the face, press the heels skyward, take a big in-breath. As you exhale, bend the knee. Good, inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the knee. One more, inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Good. Take the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Go for that single leg twist. Open the left arm out to the left, finding a stretch through the chest. And coming back to center. Good. Re-lengthen the left leg forward. Take an inhale, sweep your arms up and back behind you. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms, and find that nice stretch. Point the toes forward. Take a full breath in. And open mouth, exhale. Releasing the arms down by your side. Hug your knees into your chest, and then give your legs a little gentle squeeze. Maybe a rock side to side or forward and backward on your mat. And then rolling to one side, start to press up. Find yourself into a hands and knees position. And gentle cat-cows here. As you inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest. And exhale, round your spine. Good, inhale. Exhale. One more, inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale back into a neutral position and extend your left leg back behind you. Curl the toes so the toes are, or the ball of the foot is down. And the toes are down. Start to rock forward and backward. Getting a little stretch through the calf. Remember, this is a feel-good practice. We're just trying to work out all the kinks in our body. Pause in the center, float your left toes off the mat, swing your leg out to the left, plant your foot down, and pause here. Press down through the outside edge of your foot, walk your hands back towards your right knee, and come up into this like lower half position. And then extending your left arm down your left leg, take an inhale, reach your right arm up. Finding a stretch through your right side body, one more breath. And exhale, coming back through center. Inhale, extend your left arm up and over. And back through center. Good. Take an inhale, sweep both arms forward and up. Maybe find a little open heart stretch here by leaning your chest upward, leaning into your upper back. And then as you exhale, releasing the hands down towards the mat. Float your left foot away from the ground, sweep it back behind you. As you exhale, knee to chest, round your spine. Two more like that. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, knee to chest and round. And one more. Good. Extend your left leg back. Soften your left knee down. Find the same movements on the right side, reaching the right foot back, ball of the foot and toes on the mat, shifting forward and backward, finding the little space in our calf muscle. Good, pausing in center, floating the right toes off the mat. Sweep it out to the side, pressing to the outside edge of your right foot. Start to walk your hands towards your left knee so you're in that lower kneeling position, and come on up. Draw your right hand down your right leg. Inhale, left arm up and over. Find that side body stretch. And then notice if your chest is tilting down, try and roll it skyward so you're getting a little more space. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, come through center and extending right arm up and over. Breathing here and back to center. On the next inhale, sweep both arms forward and up. Maybe finding that little arch in your back, and you're not dumping into your lower back, you're actually lifting up and out. Draw your navel in, one more breath. And as you exhale, hands release down to the mat. Lift your right foot, sweep it back. On the exhale, knee to chest, round your spine. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, round. And send it back. And last one. Lowering the right knee down, curl the toes, downward facing dog pose, shifting your hips up and back. Find that soft bend in the knees. Good. Once you have a lot of length through your spine, tailbone is reaching skyward, hands are firming into the mat. You can slowly start to release the heels towards the mat as well. Good. On the inhale, sweep your right toes up and back behind you, spiral your hip open, kind of stack your hips here, and then bend into your right knee. Keep your chest squaring towards the mat, taking one more breath. And as you exhale, wrap the right hip down, lower the right foot down. Left side, inhale, reach the left leg up and back, stack the hips, bend the left knee, squaring the chest forward and down. And slowly re-extend and lower the left foot down. Good. Bend the knees, take the hips way up and towards the sky. And then slowly walk your hands all the way back to your feet, forward fold at the back of your mat. Allow the crown of the head to release down. Keep a gentle bend in your knees. Release that pressure out of the lower back. And if you want, you can gently sway the upper body side to side. Sometimes that can feel really good. Sometimes just being in the complete stillness can feel good. So just choose what's going to be right for you in this moment. If you were swaying, kind of pause here. Bring your hands towards your feet or shins. Inhale, half lift, chest draws forward. Exhale, refold. One more. Inhale, half lift. And fold. Good. Bring your hands towards your hips. Guide your chest forward, rooting down to rise, coming to a standing position. Really nice. Come through the center of your mat. Take your feet nice and wide. Kind of pigeon toe your feet a little bit so the toes are pointing towards one another versus away. And then as you inhale, reach the arms up and overhead and take a nice forward fold, lengthening out as you fold. This would be a great place for blocks to use underneath your hands if you'd like. You know me, I always have my props around. Rather than just pausing here. Take another breath. Start to walk your hands forward. So you're doing kind of like a very wide leg downward facing dog. Walk your hands as far forward as you can. Keep anchoring your feet, pressing your hips back so the hips aren't going with the hands. They're staying back in a nice neutral position, and so you can get that extra length through your spine. Good. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, walk your hands back towards your feet and slowly hands to hips, root down, rise up. Good. Rotate your left toes forward, bend into your left knee, open the arms nice and wide, warrior two position. So in the warrior two position, you do want your heel and arch of your back foot to kind of intersect if I were to draw a line. So front heel and back arch are intersecting there. Bend nice and deep into that front knee. Kind of notice if your back hip is popping out. If you feel that, kind of tucking it in Stretching the arms wide so you're creating space through the upper back. And then as you inhale, flip the palm, find the reverse, stretching through the side body, reversing your warrior. Next, exhale, forearm is going to come down to the thigh. If you have more space and you'd like to take your hand closer to the floor or your foot, you can use a block, or if your hand goes all the way down to the mat, go for that too. But I'm really comfortable right here, and to me this is about creating space. It's not about how deep we can always go. And just be really mindful to where your body is today. Good. When you're ready, you can bend, you can rotate your top arm and then bend at the elbow, taking that hand to the base of your lower back and spiraling your top shoulder open, maybe shifting your gaze upward, finding that twist or that rotation in your neck as well. One more breath in. Release your top arm skyward, press down through the feet, go all the way into the reverse, flipping the left hand and going up and over. And then straighten into your left leg. Working into triangle pose, reach the arm forward, go as far forward as you can, and then softly land the hand somewhere along the lower leg, not on the knee, because we don't want to press into our joint. Right arm skyward, opening your chest. One more breath in. And then re-bend into the front knee, come back up, find your warrior two. And soften your hands down. Rotate those left toes in, curl your right toes out, bend into your knee, pop that back hip in if you find that it's kind of hiking up. Make sure your feet are nice and wide and you have that heel to arch alignment, and then extending your arms outward. Finding that evenness of breath, that space across the upper back. And then when you're ready, flip your right palm, reverse your warrior. Finding that stretch through the right side body. This backhand is really just kind of resting. It's not pressing. And then next in breath, come through center. As you exhale, forearm to thighs, side angle pose. Arm moves skyward. And then with that top arm, rotate the hand, bend at the elbow, taking the hand to the lower back, open the chest. Maybe finding that rotation in the upper body by rotating your gaze upward. And releasing the top hand skyward, press into the feet, inhaling through second warrior all the way to the reverse, and then work your front leg straight. Good. Moving through center on the in breath, extending the body forward, soften the hand down somewhere on the lower leg, finding triangle pose. Again, opening up through the chest, maybe shifting the gaze upward. One more inhale. Press down through the feet, bend into the knee, warrior two. And soften the hands down, straighten the front leg, pivot the toes. This time we're going to interlace the hands behind your back. So find that opening through the shoulders, drive the hands down towards your tailbone, lift your chest. Take your frontal hip points and kind of roll them upwards so you feel an engagement through your abdomen and a lengthening through your lower back. And then as you exhale, slowly fold forward. Maybe the knuckles move away from the body if you have more space through your upper back and shoulders. Maybe they stay right here. Keeping the evenness of breath, the steadiness of breath. And releasing the hands down. Walk your hands over towards your right foot, spiral the right toes outward, and then shift back, straightening through your right leg. Now again, a great place to use blocks to align the front foot. Okay, so working through your hamstring, lengthening forward, maybe folding over your straight front leg if you have the space. Good. Re-bend into your front knee, lower your back knee down, maybe scoot the back foot back an inch or two. So you're in this low lunge position, and then on your inhale, reach the arms forward and up. And then find that interlace again, interlacing those fingers behind your back. Take an inhale, lift your chest, and then we're gonna fold to the inside of your front leg. So lengthening forward and folding inward. Kind of like this humble warrior position. It's actually the modification of humble warrior. We can just think about it as like bowing down to not only yourself, but acknowledging and bowing down to all the other moms who are practicing with us today. And releasing down. Good. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, straighten your front leg, and we're just going to walk it all the way over. So maybe you want to carry your blocks and spiral out. Good. And then shift back, shift the weight back so you're working through your front leg, straightening the knee. Finding that hamstring stretch, finding a gentle fold. One more breath here. And then re-bend into your front leg, lower the back knee down. Good. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up. And as you exhale, interlace, go one finger over. So this should feel a little less natural than what you just did. Maybe you walk your front foot out to the outside edge of your mat, lift your chest on your inhale, and then as you exhale, fold in. This modified humble warrior. And slowly come on up. Reach the arms overhead and then hands back down towards your foot of the block. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and with your blocks, let's go back to center and fold in here. Now walk your hands closer towards your feet or legs so that your hands are in alignment with your legs or in your feet. And you can work with the blocks or without. Let the head go. Good. Taking one more in-breath. And then as you exhale, come up halfway. You're going to walk your feet in. Heel toe them all the way so they're just slightly wider than hips distance apart. Rotate the toes out. We're going to come into a malasana squat pose and just drop down. And if you need to adjust your feet once you get there, it's helpful to have the blocks. Then remove your hands from the blocks, placing the upper arms in between the inner thighs or inner knees. Hands are going to come to heart and you're kind of pressing the hips open here. You want your heels to be close to the mat. If they're lifted, that's okay, but you might want to take a blanket or a pillow underneath the heels for some support and balance. And then finding an even breath here. And releasing the hands down. Press the hands into the blocks or your mat. Slowly rise up. Rotate your feet closer together, hips distance apart, folding in. Good. And then slowly hands to hips and rise up. Really nice. Let's make our way all the way back onto our backs where we started. You can move your blocks out of the way for now. I'm going to come on down, keep the knees bent, and take your right leg over your left, so you're in a figure 4 position, and we're going to go into a thread the needle hip stretch. So this might feel good just right here, and that's perfectly fine. If you'd like more, you can lift the left foot off the ground, keep the right foot flexed. You can take your hands underneath the thigh here. You can take your hands over the shin. Over the shin is more intense. So find what's working for you today. So don't think about what you used to be able to do, what you hope you can do. Just do what feels good today. And continuing to find that stretch by pressing your right knee forward away from you and drawing your left knee towards you. Take one more inhale here. And gently soften your left foot down, uncross the right leg, and switch. Left ankle is going to go across the right thigh, close to the knee. Do the same variation, maybe different actually. Maybe you're feeling super tight on your left side and you can't take your foot away from the mat, and that's okay. Maybe you have more space and you can go further, and that's okay. But it's a good time to notice how we might feel different on both sides. Find the evenness of your breath. Try and relax through the jaw, face, and shoulders and neck. One more inhale here. As you exhale, soften that right foot down. Release the left leg. Take your feet out as wide as your mat. Drop both knees over to the left. And back to center and drop both knees over to the right. And back to center. Hug both knees into the chest, but keep them nice and wide. So you can stay here, otherwise you can reach down, grab the ankles, shins, outside of the feet, happy baby pose. Try not to roll your upper back off the mat. You want to keep your your lower back off the mat. You want to keep your tailbone and lower back pressing down. So you can really focus the stretch around the hips and inner groin. Maybe you can just grab the toes, that works too. One more full breath here. As you exhale, release what you have. Gently bring the knees towards one another, give them a little squeeze and a little rock side to side. And then start to extend the feet forward, finding your way into your Shavasana or final resting pose. Again, taking a full breath in from the base of the belly, through the chest to the throat. Pause at the top of the breath, maybe sipping in a little more air. And then open mouth, exhale, releasing the jaw. Try that again, inhaling. See if you can grab that breath from the base of the belly, filling up the chest. Pause. Open mouth, exhale. Allowing your whole body to soften here. If you have the time, I recommend you staying here for 3 to 5 minutes, if not longer. If you're ready to close off your practice, you can roll onto one side. Doesn't matter which, just make sure you're using your opposite hand to help support you on the way up so we don't injure ourselves. Find a nice, comfortable cross-legged seat. Take a full breath in, sweeping the arms up overhead, hands meet, and then exhale, hands to heart center. And just taking a moment to really honor yourself for carving out the time for your self-care. Thank you for tuning in and practicing with me. And I hope to see you next time. Namaste.